The Alberta government is filing a legal challenge because they think a sector of the Alberta economy is being treated devastatingly unfairly. Now, if you think I'm talking about oil and gas, well, you would be dead wrong. The Alberta government has had enough of our unfair treatment by those out in the east. Now, if you think I'm referring to the unfairness Alberta experiences around, equalization and transfer payments, the oil and gas industry, carbon taxes, firearms laws, whatever, well, then you would be mistaken, my friend. No, forget about all these important things that affect your everyday life, because the Alberta government, under the tutelage of our perpetually inept Finance Minister Joe Ceci and Economic Development and Trade Minister Darren Billis, have launched a trade challenge against Ontario for market access for Alberta beer. According to Billis, as reported in the Edmonton Journal, 745 Ontario liquor products are for sale in Alberta liquor stores, while only about 20 Alberta products are available in Ontario, because that's the biggest, most pressing issue in Alberta right now. Beer, and making sure Ontarians drink some that was brewed here. Now, of course, I believe in free, liberal, interprovincial trade. That's sort of why we have a country, but come on. This is what the Alberta government finally is throwing the full force of the government behind. The Alberta NDP couldn't muster up a legal challenge when Kinder Morgan's Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion was struck down by an activist court, taking 8,000 pipeline jobs with it. They couldn't find a lawyer in all of government to work on an appeal of that decision, but 99 highly subsidized brewers who exist on never-ending, ill-conceived subsidies that, ironically, also violate all kinds of interprovincial trade agreements, are getting the government to wage a multi-million-dollar legal challenge with Doug Ford on their behalf. We actually even have a special program in Alberta that gives corporate welfare to these very same microbrewers who are now claiming market unfairness from Ontario. All while Premier Doug Ford moves to liberalize liquor access in Ontario. There's nothing old Captain Credit downgrade Joe Ceci wouldn't do to help the microbrewers. In the meantime, at least 100,000 oil and gas workers in the province of Alberta are out of work, and 25,000 jobs just in pipeline construction have been lost on 4 pipelines. This is just the NDP wanting to pick a fight with Doug Ford. The same way Justin Trudeau wants to be the anti-Donald Trump, Rachel Notley also wants to be the anti-Doug Ford. That's why the NDP are picking this fight now, and they never once picked it in 3 years with Ontario's former Premier, Kathleen Wynne, the Liberal. Doug Ford is the brand new anti-carbon tax crusader, and Rachel Notley is the carbon tax author. This isn't even about beer, it's about ego. Notley's ego. She can't campaign on her own terrible record, and Jason Kenney, the United Conservative Party leader, is immensely popular. So Notley's picked a fight with Doug Ford. Bold strategy, lady. Let's see how that works out. I think it's a stupid plan, because all those unemployed Alberta oilmen that I just told you about have no better ally in all of Confederation than Doug Ford in Ontario. Just 2 weeks ago, as part of the Ontario Fall Fiscal Update, Doug Ford promised Ontario would no longer stand in the way of pipelines transporting oil through the province from Western Canada. He said in every way possible, Ontario would support its partners looking to expand oil distribution and at the same time protect their competitiveness from the federal carbon tax. Alberta can't save our economy. Canada can't save our oil and gas future without Doug Ford on our side, and yet the NDP hate Doug Ford more than they hate $20 a barrel oil, never-ending debt, record unemployment, 30% vacancies in downtown Calgary, and no pipelines to be built on the horizon. Thankfully for Canada, I suspect Doug Ford is nowhere near as petty as Rachel Notley and the rest of her inept cabinet. I doubt Ford would turn his back on Albertans because of a squabble with some microbrewers. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. big tech like Twitter, they just love to other conservative voices. They love to censor us and delete us from the conversation. But at the Rebel, we have a way around that. We have a new Rebel Media mobile app. It's available on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Download it, give it a try, and fight the censorship of conservative voices wherever you go.